Good evening, one. Good evening, all. Welcome to my channel. Happy Friday. I hope we all are well, although actually not happy Friday potentially for some people, because I know we have some people over in Australia. Hello, Annie Brown. Hello, Paul Rudd. Hello, Raspberry Mojito Girl, Steph Coleman, Ryan Shaw, Janet Sharp, 345 Berry. We've got Carter Girls here, Nicholas Sinnott. Amy's here, Sonia. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining. I hope you are all well. We will crack on with it. As the title says, I have a very special guest, someone whom I adore. She needs no introduction, mainly because I've already put her name in the title. Please welcome the one and only. It's Kaye Adams, ladies and gentlemen. Oh.
My glasses have steamed up. Oh my God.
No PPE. No PPE.
Oh, come on.
Hold on. This is... It's corona-free, okay?
Good. But, Lee, I know you like a bit of rubber gloves.
Yes.
But anyway, let's move on.
Oh, sorry. See how I stopped there? I was like, yes, go on. Oh, okay. How are you, Kaye?
I'm really good, but why are people not happy in Australia?
Because I said happy Friday, because it's not Friday, is it, in Australia? Or is it?
Oh, I don't know. Is it?
Saturday.
Is it Saturday? Oh my God, I'll have to check. But keep talking. I need to check.
No, because every time I say, usually the reason I say that is because I'll say, join me at 8 p.m. and then I'll have like lovely people over in Australia, or there's Helen who's always in South Africa, and she always corrects me on it won't be that time. So I'm quite conscious that I'm very UK centric here, but actually YouTube is a worldwide platform. I'm international, babes. I'm international.
Well, 7 o'clock in the morning in, oh, I won't even bother about that. Well, it's 7 o'clock in the morning in Melbourne.
Annie Brown says, hi, Kaye, how are you? And
really well, Annie. Thank you very much. I love the name Annie Brown. I mean, I know a couple of people called Annie Brown, funnily enough, and I just think it is the coolest name. Every time I say it, I think I'd like to be called Annie Brown.
Annie Brown. No, it is quite a cool name, doesn't it? It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Annie Brown.
Yeah.
Well, how are you? You good? You're all the way up in Scotland. How is it up there?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's cold, it's wet, it's blustery, it's winter, it's dark, it's shit. But apart from that, it's really, really fine. It's fine. Yeah. You know, it's 3 weeks to Christmas. My God, I had no idea what stupid thing to say. But it's just been a weird year, hasn't it? And it's now 3 weeks to Christmas, and I'm really trying to sort of get myself into the Christmas spirit. We've got the tree outside, going to decorate the tree tomorrow. I'm just going to try and switch focus on that. But we're doing all right. We are doing all right.
Yeah, I said one of those things the other day where I was like, I don't want to sound, like really basic, but I actually was like, I can't believe it's already December. And I hate it when people go, oh my God, where is the year gone? This year, actually is one of those years where you can properly say it.
Well, I mean, I know what you're saying. This has got to be a Corona B zone, and I totally get that, but just slightly veering into that. I suppose because we haven't had the usual markers, have we? Because we use my summer holiday, we have Halloween, we have Guy Fawkes, we have sort of certain things in our year that just subconsciously we see the passage of time, whereas we haven't really seen it, have we? So, I mean, it's really difficult to get a sense of where you are. It's
that's true. Time has kind of almost stood still a little bit. Well, it certainly felt like that for me. Sally Pullman said she's feeling honoured to be in the presence of a real loose woman.
In name only, I can assure you. Can I ask you, are there around where you live lots of fairy lights?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
And I forgot, I haven't lived at home for over 10 years. And I forgot how many people in this area have lights on their house. So I walked to Tesco the other day, because apparently that's the only thing I do these days to get out of the house. And as I was walking back home, all the lights of people's house, and immediately I was like, Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's not a thing in London, really, is it?
No, not really. But I mean, I think it's where I live, there's lots of tenement flats and things, and you know the railings out the front, and lots of people. I think this year particularly, they've just put fairy lights around the railings. And I was out the other night with the dog walking. It was kind of dusk, and all these fairies. I thought I was going to cry. I just suddenly felt so. I love fairy lights. I think if the world was covered in fairy lights and we had disco music blaring out of lampposts, I think the world would be a wonderful place. I think that's all we need.
Maybe as well. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it was like it was like normality in a weird way. It was like, this feels normal. This feels okay. This feels like it can't be affected.
I know. Fairy lights can't get COVID-19, can they? No.
No, absolutely not. Kaye, we've known each other a while now, haven't we? 2017, I joined the show, so I obviously met you then.
Yeah.
Where has that time gone, eh? But I'm so glad you're here on my little channel. Thanks for helping me out. I'm just going to read out a few comments. So we have a live chat. Can you see the live chat box? What device?
I can't. Is there any way of doing it?
No, but I can put some comments on the screen.
I can't see it. Please don't be not nice to anyone. Because
no, everyone's really nice. Everyone's really nice. I did have some.
I've got Nicola and Tina and Sonia and Donnie. Hi, Donnie, Claire, Gabrielle. What's been your favourite thing to watch on television recently? Well, I did watch The Undoing. Did you watch The Undoing with Nicola and Hugh Grant?
Well, I've seen episode 1 and then I didn't really like it, but now everyone's raving about it. I'm going to jump back in, I think.
It was quite cheesy, but I enjoyed it. But The Queen's Gambit has been my absolute favourite thing. I loved it.
I am addicted to playing chess online. I'm addicted because of the Queen.
Teach me again. I've forgotten. I'd love to.
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed, but I'm a little too obsessed. I'm playing it daily. And yesterday, no word of a lie, I was in bed and I shut my eyes and I could see the pieces in my head moving. And I thought, oh my God, I'm Bob Harmon. I'm going to be an international grandmaster. Stacey, bless you. Stacey's just sent a super sticker to support the channel. So thank you so much, Stacey Randall. That's very generous and very kind of you. Thank you. But yeah, no, Queen's Gambit. I haven't finished it, so please don't tell me.
Okay, don't say anything. No. Margaret loved it as well. And somebody else loved it. Anne loved it too. Yeah,
no, it is good. And it's so beautifully shot, don't you think?
Gorgeous. It's just glorious. It's really glorious. I love it. Absolutely love it.
So, Kaye, I did this with Nadia a few weeks
ago. I'm not stripping down to my pants and bra, okay? I know Nadia likes to do that, but I'm not doing it.
That's Nadia's go.
You're not doing it either.
No, these are some questions that I really like, and they're from I don't know if you've ever seen the series Inside the Actors Studio, but basically James Lipton, the host, always asked the stars at the end these questions, and I think they're really good, fun questions, light, but they can give a real insight into the person. So it's not going to be Jeremy Paxman.
You're making me nervous.
Don't be nervous. I'm going to start with a good one. What is your favourite word? And people in the comments, you can also answer these questions and I'll read some of them out. What is your favourite word? Do you have a drink, by the way? I just saw your tweet saying you're on the floor.
I had a wee glass of red wine earlier. I'm on the water now because I'm either going to get fat through food or fat through drink, and I've decided to get fat through food.
Right. So, well, Kaye, you won't believe this. I am going to shock you right now. What? I have not had an alcoholic drink for 28 days.
Woo!
And you know me, I drink a lot.
You like your sauce?
I really do. No, this second lockdown, I decided, no, I'm not doing it. And I've not really missed it. So this is called clean gin. So it tastes like gin, but it's only like 1% alcohol, but it's pittance.
Wow.
And I have in replace of it. Janet's just put, we all know. Sorry, Janet, I'm telling everyone because it is a big achievement. Janet's so bored of hearing about it. But what's your favourite word?
I think my favourite word is a Scottish word, so I apologise to everybody.
Yeah.
Laura's just said buckfast, which is hilarious. Do you know what buckfast is?
I've heard it.
Oh, this is maybe just between me and Laura.
Is that an alcoholic drink?
It's a tonic wine made by monks down in the West Country or something, but it is really, really popular in Scotland with like young teenagers for getting absolutely rat-arsed. I mean, it's like rocket fuel. It really is. Very popular. So my favourite word is a Scottish word, and it's stooshy.
Stooshy? How do you spell that? Stooshe?
Yeah. So there was a right stooshy. So it just means there was a bit of kind of a bust up, bit of a Barney. Barney, is that Scottish? Do you know what a Barney is? It's kind of
if you've had a Barney,
the same as a stooshy. So a right stooshy. So it just means, bit of drama. And I like a bit of drama. So there you go, a right wee stooshy. That's my favourite word.
I'm putting this in the comment box there. Am I right in saying that that's the spelling, stooshy?
With an I at the STOOSHIE.
Oh, because I think there's a pop singer called Stooshy, but spelt that way. But I quite like that word. Mine's pudding. I like the word pudding. Just sounds good.
Are you going to ask me what word I hate?
That's the next. What's your least favourite?
I can't even say it because it makes me, physically react. Does
it begin with M?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it would be that. Last time I said that, and Nanny was like, "Oh, well, you can't say that because that's everyone's least favourite word." I was like,
it is. Why is it everyone's least favourite word? What is it about it?
I think it's probably because Vala's just.
That's it. Yeah.
I think it's probably because it's slightly onomatopoeic, don't you think?
Yeah.
So it's like that. It's like that. Oh, I really feel a bit sick. Yeah, everyone's putting it. I hate that to Margaret. Oh no, she didn't say I hate that. She's put I hate tea, and then she's asterisked out the rest of the word.
Oh yeah, that one.
I assume it rhymes with that, but it's not that. Vicky says, how's your handstands, Kay?
How's what?
How's your handstands?
Oh, my handstands, not so good. I think Nadia insisted they played that last week. Do you remember when I tried to do a handstand in the makeup room?
Yeah, and you land on your head.
Crumpled, yeah, oh my God. So I haven't done any handstands for a while. I think I'm going to have to leave that alone, I'm afraid. That was the apex of my career. Janet says gusset. I'm not keen on gusset either. I can say it, but I'm not keen on gusset. I'm with you on that one, Janet.
What if those two words were put together?
Well, I know you won't go there, but don't go there.
Yeah, you've got no worry about that.
As you love to say, you're organic.
Yes. Kay can tell. Kay knows the punchline to pretty much every single joke I tell because basically it's every day I did the same. What turns you on? Let's move on from gusset. What turns you on? And this doesn't. Everyone always thinks it's sexual, but what turns you on? Whether it doesn't have to be sexually. It can be.
Good.
Don't worry. Please tell us about it. No, like what attracts you?
Are we talking the little things or the big things? Because there's a tiny things in life that can make you feel a bit better, which I think a lot of people have experienced over the last few months, haven't they? Because you've not been able to do the big things that you love, you know, like flying to New York or whatever the hell you want to do. And so I think people focus much more on little things. Do you know what I think?
Go on then. The little things.
Little things. Getting into bed and the electric blanket's been on for an hour. Oh my God, that is heaven.
Kay, do you know what I've recently bought? A weighted blanket. Have you heard of these?
No. What's that?
Okay, so everyone in my life started randomly talking about weighted blankets, and I thought, what's going on here? Okay, And then my dad came through and was like, I've been doing loads of research and I'm going to get a weighted blanket. And I thought, that's weird. Everyone's talking about weighted blankets. So I was like, get me one. I'll pay as well. So he gets these weighted. So it's basically, mine's a 7 kilogram weighted blanket. You're meant to have it on top of you. And it gives you it relieves anxiety, gives you an amazing night's sleep. Apparently it feels like, because your body is being touched, and it's like this. And do you know what? It's really good.
Is it?
Really good. Yeah. So because you just said electric blanket, I thought maybe you'd quite like to try a weighted blanket.
Yeah. It's funny because like with babies, they tell you to swaddle them. You know, so that they feel tight and they feel really kind of cozy. I suppose it's the same.
That's what they say, yeah.
You know, that you just feel like that. Yeah.
They say it's because your body, because it's being touched and it's kind of being pressed on gently, your body knows where it is. So it's not like, where isn't my body? You know what I mean?
Do you know what's become the real big thing amongst like lots of women that I know around my age, so middle-aged women, I have to say. And funny, Donna from Makeup said this the other day, is cold water swimming. Absolutely. I mean, almost every middle-aged woman I know has asked Santa for a wetsuit. Seriously. I mean, it is epidemic. I don't know what's going on with them. And I'm wondering if anyone's going to pop up in here and say, oh my God, I'm really into wild water swimming, they call it. So obviously in Scotland is the lochs and things like that. No, I mean, I keep thinking, like, hang on, swimming in the sea is big up here for women in Shetland. That's from Tyler. Yeah, it's really, really popular. And apparently it gives you this amazing release of endorphins and you're just absolutely pumped for the rest of the day. And it's like, whenever you speak to anyone who's really into it, it's like they're evangelical. They love it. They absolutely love it. I mean, it's...
Yeah, but I guess you kind of have to be that excited about it, because if you were not that excited, you wouldn't convince anyone to go, cold water swimming.
My WhatsApp groups are full of middle-aged women. I keep saying that really sort of dismissively. I am one of them, so this is me here. There's Donnie wild water swimming, or she said, as we know it in Leicester, taking a bath. Okay, Donnie, sorry.
She got a huge adrenaline after the introductory shock. I just did it in a swimsuit.
Yeah, that's hardcore. Well done. Hardcore. And we've got other people there that are the same. Apparently Janet Street Porter does it. JSP does it.
He does it. I think she does it over in North.
Wilson Green. Yeah. So...
okay. Well, I've got a beach. I'm literally 5 minutes away from the beach. Maybe I could go. Yeah.
Go do it and take your camera down there. We would all love to see it, wouldn't we? We would all love to see it live.
Not me. I'm one of them though that I can't jump straight in. So I'll kind of like...
Neither can I.
Do you know what I mean? I can't do it.
Look, here we are, West End wild swimmers.
Oh.
All these people I know, they're so excited on this. It's unbelievable.
And maybe it's had a surge of interest because there's been nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And people got addicted.
Yeah, that's right. And, it's socially distanced and all that.
I did try, socially distanced because probably no one else is doing it. But I did try cold showers. They're apparently good for you. But
yeah.
I didn't really carry on. It got winter and I thought, I'm not doing this anymore.
I think I'll stick to my blanket.
All right, so what turns you off then? Your simple pleasure in life is getting in, having a nice electric blanket, cozy bed in the shelter and the comfort of your own home. What is the opposite?
I hate getting up early in the morning. I really hate getting up early in the morning.
I thought you were a morning person.
No, God, no. I mean, during the week I do my radio show, so I've got to be up at 6. And I know for a lot of people out there that, they'll be up much earlier than that, and I totally get that. But for me, 6 o'clock is an hour too early.
Oh.
I mean, I could get up at 7 quite happily these days, and that would be grand. But 6 o'clock, and I've done it now for like 10 years. And I just always thought I would get used to it. You'll get used to it. It'll be fine. Or I've never got used to it. I just hate it. I hate it.
Are you anyone that gets up straight away, or do you snooze?
Well, see, that's the thing, because I'm like up for work and I have to. So as soon as the alarm goes, it's like there's a clock starts ticking. So I've got to be in the shower by 10 past. I've got to have my makeup done by 20 past. I've got to be out the door by 25 past. I've got to be in the office by 6:45. I've got to written a script by 7 o'clock. So the whole day kind of goes like that from there. I think if I could get up and like go downstairs, put the kettle on, have some toast, put the radio on, read a newspaper, I think that would be quite cool. I would quite like that. But it's because it's like, boom, like, whoa, I get catapulted into the day. And I hate that. Look, see, there's Stacey gets up at 4 o'clock every day.
4 o'clock. Oh, my dad's such a morning person, but I can't. Yeah, Stacey says I get up at 4, whether it's the weekend or not. I have a rubbish body clock. Oh,
you see those guys who do breakfast television? What time are they in?
Oh, sometimes 4, maybe 3.
There is no amount of money in the world, I'm telling you, they could pay me to do that.
Really? No. See, I'm not too bad with that, because if it's like 4, 3-ish, I wouldn't be into a deep sleep. But if it's 6 o'clock, I would struggle more.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Your kind of rhythms. Your
like when you have to get a really early flight. If it's really early, you'll get up fine. But if it's like a little bit earlier than what you're usually used to, you'll feel horrendous.
Yeah.
What sound or noise do you love?
Ooh, or the waves.
Is that it? Is that the sound?
Yeah. No, waves on a beach. I love waves on a beach. That's a common one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Opening a bottle of tonic, that's pretty good as well.
Yeah. Or a bottle of Echo, the pop.
Yeah, that is nice. That is nice. But I would say waves on a beach is really lovely.
Yeah, especially in like somewhere abroad of an evening, a quiet evening where it's still a little bit warm. And you can choose, I'm getting misty-eyed thinking about it.
Oh. The other thing I love, Bee, my lovely Bee, she's disappeared. Where is she?
Yeah.
If I come in and she's very excited, she's got this really cute little whimper when she just sort of can't contain herself. And that's so cute. I love that as well. Lots of people like the sound of rain falling.
I sometimes put that on to get to sleep.
Do you?
Yeah, or I'll sometimes put I don't know why, but recently I've had to fall asleep with either an audiobook or noise, and I've never been like that before. I don't know what it is. All of a sudden it's become a bit of a habit. But I like the sound of rain or like a thunderstorm, and I'll put my phone on like a little timer, and then it'll turn off. Sometimes if I forget, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh my God, where am I? And then I realize, because I think I'm in like the middle of a disaster. But yeah, I quite like that. I see what you mean with that Claire Smiley. So unique. Oh my gosh, well remembered. So, Kaye, I hate the sound of a bus letting the air out of its tires.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean? Where you pass it and it goes really loud, and honestly, it gives me a rational. Sometimes I've felt myself get properly angry over it, and I don't know why. It just really annoys me.
Time of the month, love.
Probably. All right. So, what's your favorite curse word? We're getting into the good ones now. You can say it on here. There's no filter.
Can I?
Really bad.
I mean, I guess it's fuck, isn't it? I mean, it's just everybody likes a fuck, don't they?
Very versatile.
Yeah. Though I have to say, somebody did say that other word, that naughty word that they hate. And I have to say, oops. But you know what that is? That is my daughter getting her ice cream delivered. That's her doorbell. Did you hear the doorbell?
Yeah, she's getting ice cream delivered.
That's the way we roll up here. That's the way. was very, very starry, very starry. What the hell was I talking about? I started dreaming about
the real bad word you quite like.
Yeah, I'm afraid this year I have started to adopt that word, and it's bad.
This year.
No. Because the more you use it, the more you forget it's a bad word. Do you know what I mean? And it becomes normalized, and it is a bad word, and a lot of people are really offended by it.
So obviously I've moved back home with my parents. Yeah. I've just normalized that word so much in my life that I almost say it as a term of endearment. And my mum can't stand it. So I'll sometimes, and you know, when I'm playing chess, sometimes we'll be downstairs and I'll have made a real bad move and I'll shout, and I'll shout it really loud, and she'll just go, "Don't use that word." And I'm like, I can't help it. So I see what you mean. The more you use it, the more it comes normalized. I never say it in a derogatory way, though.
No, but what's it like being at home now, as you say, having been away for 10 years with your mum and dad? Do you still feel that parent-child kind of relationship, or has it moved into something else?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I have to be honest that I've probably sometimes regressed into the child a bit as well. Like, you know, I sometimes struggle with the fact that I am an adult and, you know, I'm used to living on my own. So I guess there's been struggles with that. But I also have to remember that this is their house and they've also lived without me for a while. So they'll go into mum and dad mode in terms of I'm the child, but then sometimes I will also regress into the child mode. I mean, I have to say, it was a struggle to adjust at first, massively. But I mean, I've never eaten so well. I mean, my dad's a fish merchant, so he brings amazing fish. And, you know, my mum will cook these gorgeous meals. She'll make a lasagna that I love. And then dad will be cooking these fish kind of meals. And because they're making dinner for themselves, usually I'll get it as well. And it's just like, my friend rang me a few weeks back and went, "Oh my God, you must not be missing your ham and cheese sandwiches that you always just used to have." Because I'm one of them that I just eat to live. I don't live to eat. So if I was ever hungry, I go, I'll have a ham and cheese sandwich. Whereas these meals are great. So, but it was a weird adjustment and it was tough. But I know it was the best decision to make. Literally about 2 days after I moved out of my flat, before signing, I was going to sign on to another 6 months just to, you know, chance it. I thought, right. 2 days after it was when Boris made that announcement. Well, this is going to go on for the next 6 months at least. And I was like, thank God I didn't sign on to another, you know, 7 or 8 grand worth of rent for the 6 months. It would have been horrendous.
God.
All right. So here's a good one. And one that I wouldn't know. And I'm interested to know, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Well, I kind of always wanted to be a lawyer. But I mean, because I really got that kind of, you know, dramatized version of that from various programs when I was young, you know, they sort of talk about the court and they would stand in front of the jury and I put it to you and all that kind of jazz. So, I mean, I suppose really it was a bit of a performance type thing rather than actually the law. But when I went to university in the first year, I took, there's doggy back, law. And oh my God, it was dull. Oh my God. And I remember sitting there doing first year constitutional law.
Oh God.
And, you know, you have to be so detailed and so, you know, into the minutiae of every single word. And it really made me realize that is not my personality. I'm much more somebody who, you know, is big picture. I'm quite good at ideas. I'm quite good at saying, right, okay, we're going to do this and this and this and this and this and this. But then I really need somebody else to make that happen, you know, and to do the detail and be really fastidious about it. I'm not that person. So I would have been rubbish, is But it was always what I thought. But it was more the kind of constructing an argument and a case and all the rest of it. And,
yeah, I was exactly the same. I wanted to be a criminal barrister, and my law teacher was like, "There's barely any money in that." I remember him saying to me, this was about 12 years ago, probably. He said, "If you want to make the most amount of money, learn a language and do European law." And I mean, who could have predicted what would have happened? But I was like, "Oh no, I want to do criminal. I want to do the case of like the murders and stuff." And he was like, "You've just seen it on the TV." He was like, "You have all the makings performance-wise of being a great barrister." But he was like, "You're just not going to apply yourself, and you have to really." So I'm exactly the same. I would have just wanted to rock up at the court and been like, "I put it to you that you're a liar and a cheat," you know? And been like, where are the facts?
Yeah, I know. It's hard work, that. I mean, it is really detailed hard work. I think the court stuff is like the end of it. Oh, Sally thinks I would have made a good head teacher, firm but fair. Do you mean firm but fair?
I think she means fair. I could see that. I think I would have liked you as a teacher.
Do you think?
Yeah. But then again, I say that I know some teachers and their personas are so different when they're in a school. Who knows what you'd be? I think the power would go to my head.
I do think it would. My kids' school, well, Bonnie at school, she's got a couple of teachers who are just fantastic. They are just incredible. And Michelle's saying, "I'm totally in fear of you." Michelle, stop it. And they're and I have such admiration for them, because I do think teachers get a really hard time. And they can make such a huge difference to a kid's life in a way that you can't really as a parent, because you've got a different relationship. Whereas if you have a really good other adult in your life, I think it can be so important. So I don't think I would necessarily be that person. Sally, don't worry, you didn't fail your spelling test. So a great teacher's a great thing.
I agree with who was it who said it? I don't know who said it, unfortunately, but they said you'd be a good counsellor. I agree with that. I think you'd make a good.
That's nice.
Counselor. You've counselled me a few times, I have to say, especially over this year. I always remember the time it was in the height of summer and I rang you. I was walking along this canal and I definitely think I was like due a nervous breakdown, and you were just kind of talking me off a ledge going, "It's all going to be fine. We'll all be okay." Like, there was a weird as well, like, I don't know about you, and God, it's awful because you say at the start, this is corona free, but it all just ends up coming back to it because it's the whole year. But there was an odd kind of comfort in everyone kind of got it. Everyone was like, "We get how difficult this is. We're all kind of in the same boat, and it is what it is." Do you agree with that? Because I know, you know, it's been tough on you as well. I mean, I'm in awe of how much you've done the radio, because news still is, but especially during the height of it. How did you go into a radio station and just talk about it 24/7 and then come home and have it?
I mean, I have to say now, after all this time, I am finding it quite overwhelming, I have to say. But more than that, you know, I was so grateful to have a job, because I'm so aware that other people don't. And also I had routine, and that was really good for me, because for a lot of people, you know, they lost their routine and their livelihood, and that's devastating. And, you know, to make you blush a little bit, Lee, I am so in such great admiration of you in terms of the way that you've handled this situation, because there you are, a young guy, you are, you know, living in London, living the life, great at your job, you know, and it was a very sort of out there job, which you will go back to. I'm absolutely sure of it if you choose. And, you know, that the rug was pulled from underneath your feet. And I think you've dealt with it wonderfully. I really do. I have such admiration for you. You've never complained, you've never moaned, you've adapted, you've, you know, done things like this. Honestly,
Well, no, thank you, and that's very kind of you to say. You've said that before, but it's because I've got great people such as yourself who I can ring up and be like, I mean, I have moaned. I'm going to throw it out there.
Not much.
Moaned a little bit. I've just accepted it. Do you know what it is? And we've spoke about this. I've just relinquished any control because I have none, and that's the easiest thing to do. It's like let go, let it take you. What was it the other day? I said some terrible analogy about a lazy river.
I like the lazy river. You're right. It's like get on your big donut, flop, and go down the lazy river.
Yeah, and then I tried to make it more of a thing. I was like, because when you're on a lazy river, if you try and get out of the little donut, then everyone will crash into you, and it'll be worse. You just take it. And I was thinking, that's not how I just tried to make it more poetic.
It was good. I liked it. But you know what Nadia always says is let go, let God, which sounds very kind of spiritual, but I totally get it. I'm not good at that because I am a control freak. But I think the way to try and deal with this is to do that. And you've done it amazingly. You really have.
Thank you, Kaye. That's very kind of you to say. Listen, I've got one last question to ask you.
Okay.
Talking of slight spirituality, of which I am not, but this question is, if heaven exists, okay,
Yeah.
what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Fuck off.
Brilliant. We could end it there. Well, although I do want to ask Vela's question. Who is your idol? Hers is Kaye, which is lovely. Who's your idol?
That's nice. Is Vela in Shetland, by the way? Was that? I haven't got you mixed up, have I?
Do you have an idol, Kaye?
An idol. It's funny. I was doing. Got lots of people asking, did Nadia actually fart today? They did something in Loose Women about flexibility and things, and everyone was doing exercises. And one of the crew did a fart noise, or I think the director put it in, and it really did look as if Nadia farted, but honestly it didn't. Having said that, she is very, very flatulent. There's no two ways about it. Oh my God, she's terrible. She's lost all
mental crisps.
She has. She's lost all control. Oh yeah, Vela. Is it? Well, how do we pronounce your name? Because we're probably getting it wrong. Is it Vela or Vila? Can you do it phonetically for us? I hate getting people's name wrong. It's terrible.
I say Vela. I say Vila.
I'd love to go to Shetland. I did a podcast earlier on, and somebody was asking me something similar. And I always say that, when I'm asked who's your favorite celebrity and blah blah blah, or who's the most impressive person you've ever interviewed, I know there's always an expectation that it's a celebrity. But actually, having done a lot of work on radio now, the most impressive people that I have interviewed, I probably couldn't remember the name, and I apologize for that. It's just because it's Vela. Thank you, Vela. Because there's some amazing people out there. So when people say, have you got an idol? There's no one person, because I am lucky in my job to meet some phenomenal people.
Yeah.
Who are just living their lives, doing what would appear to be ordinary things, ordinary jobs, but, are quite extraordinary characters. So that kind of inhibits me from having an idol. But if I have to say somebody, Michelle Obama in the documentary Becoming. I read the book and I enjoyed the book. But the documentary, have you seen the documentary? The Netflix? Honestly, Lee, do watch it. I don't know if anyone else has watched it. So Claire saying she's in Cumbernauld where they filmed Gregory's Girl. I loved Gregory's Girl. Honestly, you watch that, it's life affirming. I could watch it every night before I went to bed, and I would go to bed with a smile on my face. It's so wonderful. It really is. And she is, a goddess. She's a goddess. It's delightful. It really is.
I was going to get her audiobook, actually. So maybe I'll get that on. Or can you get both? Like, do you have to read one before the other? Or would you are they slightly separate?
I think that I haven't listened to the audiobook, so I don't know. But I would say that they're probably all really good in a different way. I mean, the book, obviously, you're in it, you're reading it. The wonderful thing about the documentary is it kind of follows the book tour. And it tells you a little bit about, you meet her mom and her brother and, the people around her and all the rest of it. But the wonderful thing about it is she goes into arena or she goes into school or various places, and you see the faces of the young people, usually young Black people, who are waiting to meet her. And they've just lit up. I mean, you can see the sort of connection between them and the sense of inspiration. It's really heartwarming. I absolutely
tonight, before I start the undoing, or before I carry on with the undoing, I'm just going to put this on the screen because it's funny. Michelle Penny says, "You paused too long between Michelle and Obama there. I was feeling really touched for 3 seconds."
Well, can I tell you, I know that Michelle Penny, and she's very, very close, I have to say, because she's really quite wonderful too.
She's just one down from Michelle Obama. Kaye, thank you so much.
Thanks, Lee. So lovely to see you. It really is.
To see your face.
Oh, well, God, look at me. I look bloody awful, but never mind. I've all put up on that. You're handsome as ever.
Oh, God, it's lighting. I've got a big ring light on me. Thank you for joining, Kaye.
Tony, just one quick question. Do you have a book out? I'm sure there's a market for a menopausal book. Thank you, Donnie.
Yeah, your book is it's a collection of stories about the menopause, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's just 42 different experiences. So, I mean, it's all sort of real women's personal experiences, and they're all very, very different. So, yeah, I say it's good. That sounds terrible, isn't it? I was the co-author, but the contributions are brilliant. They really are. But
and it's
maybe not to be fairly
hot.
Still,
it may not. Well, to be fair, I know a lot about the menopause.
How?
Working on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Osmosis. Honestly, the stuff that I've learned just by standing off set, I actually do know a lot more than the average 30-year-old gay man would. So I'm happy to carry on learning.
Been abused. Vela's saying, "Where's B?" Actually, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There she is.
Does she? Oh, is she a mummy's girl?
Oh, a terrible mummy's girl. I love it.
I was going to say, your face lit up there as well. You were like, yes.
I mean, Ian and the kids hate it because, they all go, B, 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 B. But if I say B, she'll always come to me first. And they hate it.
Lola is saying, what's it called? It's called Still Hot. Am I right in saying that? Still Hot?
Still hot. Still hot. And can we say good evening to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania?
Oh, Mish Liz G70. Well, good evening to you. Thanks for joining. I love it when people are from not Grimsby. I feel like it's
I know, it's good, isn't it? Just before we go, Christy has said, I don't think you'll even know this, Lee, but when Nadia and I used to do lots of YouTube stuff together, we always had this gag that I was the funny one and she was the homely one. I used to drive her absolutely mad. So, Chrissy, thank you very much for reminding me of that.
You are funny, Kaye. Kaye,
very funny.
You are. And people might not immediately associate you with being funny, but I do think you're very amusing, very quick.
Well, thank you. And my hidden talents. Yeah.
Right, Kaye, we're going to wrap this up because I believe people will, it's in about 10 minutes. It's the I'm a Celeb final. Who do you reckon's going to win?
I hope Jordan wins.
Yeah, me too.
He's very sweet, isn't he? He's just such a nice boy.
I actually got a bit of a crush on him. I think it's because I quite like him as a person.
No, I can see why. I think he's so soft, isn't he? He's such a big, soft boy. I love him.
He will win because he's a lesser name. They the British public likes someone like an underdog, don't they? They like someone, because he wasn't very well known until I'm a Celeb, so he's kind of made it his own.
Well, and also we have to be realistic. I mean, they like Giovanna, who I think has been absolutely lovely, and also Vernon, but they will get a lot of votes from their partners.
Yeah.
Because obviously Tom Fletcher's incredibly popular and Tess Daly's incredibly popular, whereas poor old Jordan's on his own.
All right, well, Jordan to win, I'm going to say then. I'm going to vote for Jordan.
Yeah. Well, night, everyone. Thank you for listening to us driveling on. Well,
No, thank you for joining. We really appreciate it, and I hope so much that we see each other soon in person.
I really hope so too. I do. Night, everybody.
Bye.
You get rid of me.
Not at all. Oh, but yes. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bye. Oh, Kaye Adams there. Thank you for joining. Do leave a comment and do hit subscribe on this video if you are watching this back. Write a little comment below and I'll see they get passed to Kaye as well. Thanks for joining and thanks for joining in the comments. Take care and we'll see you soon. Bye.